Good morning, y'all. I am up, but I'll be going back to sleep because I haven't really been asleep. But I got up and spent time with God. Um, I was just strolling through something and I was reading in First Corinthians this morning, especially about jealousy and envy. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm just gonna be real. I don't know if any of y'all gonna be real and mention this or would be so bold as to admit it. But I was strolling through TikTok. Shouldn't have been doing it, but I was. And as a Christian, especially a woman who is praying and believing for certain things, I'm not going to say what the things were that I've seen, but you see it. You see it all around you. And even though the word clearly states, like, do not let your heart envy sinners. That's in Proverbs 23 and 17. Then you have another one, Proverbs 24, 1 and 2. Do not be envious of evil men. And then you have another one, Psalms 37. Fear not, fret not yourself because of evildoers. Basically, people got to realize that when the Bible talks about evil men, first and foremost, it's talking about people that are not connected to Christ. Anybody that is not living a life that is connected to Christ is considered evil. They're considered sinners, which we all are sinners saved by God's grace. And as long as we in these bodies, we will always come up short somewhere. But we have to always keep in mind that as a believer, we have to live a life of repentance daily, every second. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. I like looking at certain pictures, I could feel something in me that I knew shouldn't be there. And it has to be jealousy and envy. I know it has to be. And all I do, I just pray to myself and I ask God, like, that right there, that feeling right there, like, help me to deal with it. Because I know that as a child of Christ, as a child of the Most High God, the only living God, the God that owns all the cattle on the hill and all the banks around here, I should have no business being jealous of anybody, especially a sinner, especially somebody that's not living their life for Christ, especially somebody that's not influencing people for the glory of the Lord. So I'm just gonna be real. It was a little jealousy and envy that hadn't kicked in right quick like I got it back right. But yeah, it happens. But like Joyce Meyer said in the Bible, you have to first be willing to admit it so that God can heal it. If you can't admit it, God can't heal it. So I admit it. And I pray against it, and God, we deal with it. But yeah, it tries to creep on in there, but you gotta be well equipped in knowing like how to move it on out real quick. But I don't know if any of y'all are dealing with this, which I know you are, and just don't want to say it. But understand that you ain't the only one that deal with it. You're not the only one. And I'm going to be real with you. It's probably a lot of rich people that deal with jealousy that ain't going to admit it because they don't want you to know it. But jealousy, I think, is something that everybody deal with, whether you're saved or not saved. I think it falls in the category of lust. Everybody deals with lust, whether you're saved or not saved. So everybody will deal with jealousy and envy at times, whether you're saved or not saved. But it's your choice whether you allow that stuff to sit on you. So like I said, if you don't admit it, God can't heal it. So in order to be healed from something, you have to be willing to admit that there's even a problem. So yeah, that's what was on my mind this morning. other than needing to go to sleep. But yeah, we have to be willing to admit how we feel so that God can help us to deal with these things, because we're human. And because we're human, these are things that human bodies deal with. So we have to be able to bring it to him at his feet and let him know, like, Daddy, I need help with this. Like, this feeling that I'm feeling, whether you recognize what the feeling is or not, you know that the feeling that you're feeling is not of God. You know that. So because you know that something is wrong, you take it to who is right so that he can help you get it right. So that's what I wanted to say. And I hope that it helps somebody to let you know that you're not alone. That even saved people deal with this, and we will continue to deal with this kind of stuff to the day that we get called home. But it is a choice. You have a choice to admit what's going on and take it before God so that he can help you to get it right, heal you, and get you back on track with where you need to be. Because no child of God should be jealous of anybody, especially somebody who's walking in the dark. When you're walking in the light, you have no business being jealous or envious. No matter how good stuff look over there in the dark, we have no business being jealous or envious of any of that, because the stuff that they got going on leads them to one place, and that's hell. That's hell. It look good. It's made to look good so that it can get them to where he want them to go, and that's straight to hell. He makes the sin that leads to death look good so that it's easier to draw you to hell. So we don't need to be jealous and envious of what's going on over there in the dark when we in the light. And being in the light, we have life in the light. Being in the dark, he have to make things look appealing so that people can want to stay in the dark. But it only leads to death. And some people are so okay with dying that they're willing to do anything to make it look good. I hope that sounds right. But at the end of the day, it still leads to death. The word says it, sin leads to death. So we don't have to be jealous of anybody. God has things stored up for us. Eyes haven't seen and ears haven't heard. And all we got to do is be patient and wait on God to move when he's ready to move when he knows that we have become the new person that we need to be to receive what it is that we've been praying for, to receive what it is that he has for us. We have no reason being jealous. But being jealous and envious is something that as humans in this body, we will always go through until the day he calls us home. But we have the choice to allow ourselves to wallow in that mess or take it before God and let him fix it. So I hope this helps somebody. And until then, I will see y'all later, God's will.